Now, here's a really good one about a guy who foolishly got involved with a single MOM that had a teenage daughter. However, he completely redeems himself and handles it like a boss when both of them push him too far. Title: Am I the a-hole for not picking up my girlfriend's daughter from an event? He says here, I'm 37 years old, and I've been in a relationship with a mid-40s woman for about a year. She has a 17-year-old daughter, and I'll call her Jess. He's 37, he's dating a mid-40s woman with a teenage daughter. What the hell is this guy thinking? But okay. Over the weekend, Jess had a school event and asked me for a ride in advance. I didn't mind in the slightest. I drove her over to the school, and we had a nice chat in the car. When she got out though, a bunch of her friends were there, and she waved to me and shouted, "Later, creepy stepdad," with a huge smile. I think it was a joke to her friends. They laughed and stared awkwardly for a few seconds. Then Jess said, "Go, go," literally shooing me away. Now, if she would have said that jokingly, like it was a total joke and all that, that'd been one thing. But nowadays, you can't really joke about that, saying creepy stepdad, stuff like that, because you all know what I'm talking about here. And she was being disrespectful, and you can tell. He did her a favor, I might have, by giving her a ride. I drove home thinking whatever, but over time it started to really grate on me. I know that she just wanted to show off for them, but I didn't want to be stuck in the car with a girl who considered me creepy in any way. I shot her a text around that time that she would have to find another ride home to get home. Okay, he texted her in advance saying, you need to find another way home. It's not like you just last minute. And of course, teenagers are always going to be looking at their phones. She didn't see my text for some time, but a few hours later, she called me asking for the ride. I told her that I couldn't do that as I had a couple of drinks in me, which was true. Then she half hung up on me and apparently called her mother. Okay. He texted her in advance to let her know, and he said, I'm not going to drive because I had a few drinks in me, being a responsible adult. Now watch this with the mother. Amy was busy working on something at the time and told me that I need to go pick her up right away. He needs to. She's giving him orders. I responded that she could walk, get a ride from her friends, or take public transportation. It was 8 p.m. in one of the safest cities in our country, and she was going to be fine. Amy then walked away, grabbed my keys, and drove off in my car, despite having a suspended license. His girlfriend here who's living with him, I can't believe he's living with a single MOM with a daughter, and she took his car without his permission on a suspended license. Gee, I wonder why she has a suspended license. Around 15 minutes later, Amy came home and shrieked at me about my treatment of Jess while Jess evacuated her room. I told her that she really shouldn't be driving with a suspended license, and Amy said she wouldn't have to if I were more responsible. She's giving him a hard time, even though she's living in his house and took his car without his permission, which he could have called the cops for. She's giving him a hard time. When I reminded her why her license was suspended, she got furious. It's a pretty touchy subject, and told me she'd leave if she had anywhere else to go. I brushed her off with a lame, that sounds like your problem, and we haven't talked since. Was I being an a-hole here? Absolutely not. Again, who's doing who a favor? She's living in your place with her daughter, which is crazy, but it is what it is. And of course, the daughter's being disrespectful, and she's making him out to be like he's the father here. They've been dating a year. That's crazy, okay? But you see the type of crap that guys will go through with the single MOMs who think that these guys owe them everything? Bullshit. They should be beyond grateful that guy's taking them in, let alone with a teenage daughter. But it doesn't end here. He says, as a quick edit, thank you for the responses, everyone. I decided that due to the situation, among many other things, Amy and Jess are going to be leaving my residence. Awesome. I told Amy that she has until next weekend to get out, which caused a pretty terrible fight. But the red flags are very concerning. I'm sure she'll try to love bomb me so she can stay, but I've made up my mind. I really appreciate your input in the matter and help me decide. So there you go. He's sending them packing. Now, I have to wonder, depending on the laws, if they can't find a place, they can't find a place. They can't be on the street homeless. So I'm sure that could be an issue. But the bottom line is, he's sending them packing. And nobody should put up with this. Again, he's doing her a favor by being involved with her and taking on the role of she moved in, the daughter, and this is how he's treated by the daughter and her. No. But the problem is, too many guys take on this white knight role that they want to save the damaged gal and be the hero to her and her child and all that, and they get treated disrespect. Now, not all are like this, but a lot are, and I'm sure many of you guys know some. I've known some. I've known darn good ones, And I know ones that were pretty bad like this. But no guy should get involved with that and should be aware of that through these stories here. So good for him for sending her packing.